This isn't really a list, but it's from a blog called A Swede Talks Movies, which I would take to mean this is a gentleman from Sweden.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
talking movies. 9 director-actor team-ups that need to happen. He's got some interesting choices here, and some of them are puzzling. Like this first one here is puzzling. Woody Allen and Rosario Dawson.
All right, if you think it can happen.
Yeah, considering the sheer volume of Allen's cinematic output, it's no surprise that he's crossed paths with tons of actors over the years, but not Rosario Dawson, which is a shame. Allen's trademark humor would be a good fit for the actress. Remember Clerks 2, another talky comedy? She was so great and charming in that one. Allen could get something even better out of her, I'm sure. I'm sure he would, but what about De Niro? I mean, and De Niro's been offered a couple of Woody Allen movies and hasn't been able to do it, or Woody Allen hasn't been able to meet his price, or whatever's happened. But De Niro was a major contender for Deconstructing Harry. That's the first actor he went to. And a couple of other movies he went to De Niro. And any time he's turned down, Woody Allen says, I don't care, I don't take it personally. It doesn't keep me from going back to them if I want them again. But if you think, Woody Allen, classic New Yorker director, De Niro, classic New Yorker actor, I mean, that seems like a gimme right there.
Yeah, I mean,
it just sounds like this guy likes Rosario Dawson, and
Yeah, I mean, and Rosario Dawson would be fine in a Woody Allen movie. I don't see why not, but I just don't see it happening.
Very few people are bad in Woody Allen movies, really. So yeah. Okay.
David Fincher and Viola Davis. Another kind of odd one. I believe it was In Contention's Christopher Tapley who mentioned in a podcast that he would love to see Viola Davis as the star of an action franchise. Fincher may lean closer to the thriller side of things in general, but he has a good track record with female characters. This needs to happen sooner rather than later, as Davis's star is certainly brighter than ever. Well, Viola Davis is a very strong woman.
Right.
And I'm sure that she could, given the right project, David Fincher could bring out a wonderful side of her.
I haven't lost sleep about this one either, so I don't know.
This is like you just put names in a hat or something.
I know, really. Let's go to the next one.
This is a good one, though. This is a neat one. Werner Herzog and Al Pacino. Herzog has always seen
to be better.
He's always seen the value in stylized big acting over naturalism. Herzog has. Enter Al Pacino. Hell, just make a sequel to his Bad Lieutenant with Pacino and Cage as buddy cops. make the film nothing but the two actors screaming at each other for 90 minutes, and I'd so be there. Actually, I'd like to see more great directors work with Pacino. I'd like to see him directed. And Werner Herzog, I'm sure, could do wonders with pulling out a very odd Pacino performance.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I think, this is true. That's a pretty wise one, I think.
Yeah. Mike Lee and Ethan Hawke.
Well, given that Mike Lee hasn't done too many movies with, in fact, I can't name one Mike Lee movie that has an American in it. So that would be quite strange, I think. I don't think there's ever been even one American character, and that's not to say that Ethan Hawke couldn't play British, but why do that when Mike Lee has a rich group of performers that he regularly chooses from? Why go outside of that wheelhouse?
Well, they say this one would be all about down-to-earth realism. He's always thought that Ethan Hawke shines brighter the more grounded his characters are. Consider his turns in Linklater's films, from Before Sunrise to Fast Food Nation. He's great when he's just a regular guy. And nobody captures everydayness better than Mike Lee.
It's an interesting idea. What was that movie he made? Ethan Hawke was in a couple of years ago. Antoine Fuqua film.
Brooklyn's Finest.
Yeah, he was good in that.
I actually like that movie. That movie disappeared.
Yeah, and the other one, the Sidney Lumet movie.
Before the Devil Knows Your Name.
Yeah, he's a very good actor. He's grown on me over the years.
Me too. Because
me too.
He used to give me the runs, but now, he's pretty good. Next up, Rob Marshall and Kevin Spacey.
I just don't want to. Rob Marshall is just not somebody who I really. Oh, Rob Marshall did a new movie. I'm there. No.
Right.
Well, what has he done? Chicago, Memoirs of a Geisha. What else has he done? Oh,
Nine.
No, okay.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
What would Kevin Spacey have to gain from that? I don't understand what the.
Outside of Nine, every movie that Rob Marshall's made has been pretty wildly successful. Well, not memorable. Well, he made a Pirates movie, and he made Chicago, both of which were very successful.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
and he did a few TV movies too, right? Like didn't he do like The Music Man or something? Or
probably. But his love for musicality and theatricality in film, and then Kevin Spacey is kind of a showman in a sense as an actor. And I think it would be a good enough fit. I think that's fine. It's not tops on my list, but I can see it.
A musical version of the Jack Abramoff story. Why not?
Yeah. Now this collaboration actually happened last Thursday night, in the Big Lebowski staged reading.
Mm-hmm.
Now this was written before that happened. Jason Reitman and Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen's one of those comedians where I get the feeling that if there's a really great performance bubbling just under the surface and the right director needs to come along to bring it forth, Reitman always gets the best out of his actors. They could be golden together. Mm-hmm. Seth Rogen played the dude in the stage reading for Reitman.
He's a good fit for that, but look at something like 50-50 or Pineapple Express or the Judd Apatow movies. He's a really funny guy. I think Reitman could bring something out, definitely.
With all of this said, Rogen does have Sarah Polley's movie on the back burners right now called Take This Waltz with where he's in it with Michelle Williams and Sarah Silverman, and it looks like quite a different role for him because he's playing a husband who's being cuckolded a little bit by Williams, and it looks like a very different kind of thing for him. So we're probably going to see a lot more of things like that from Rogen. He's probably taking a lot of maybe a little bit of inspiration from Jonah Hill a little bit to try and break out a tiny bit from
Todd Solondz and Sacha Baron Cohen.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Yeah.
It would be wild.
Sick. I guess the thinking being that Solondz, he pushes situations and characters to the limits of, good taste, and Cohen is an actor who's not afraid to cross those boundaries himself.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, that's curious. Lars von Trier and Maggie Gyllenhaal. What?
Lars von Trier can do wonders with just about any woman in his movies. He just does, his best movies are primarily female driven, and so okay. But there's the other actresses. I'd like to see Michelle Williams in a Lars von Trier. I think that would be a knockout.
Mm-hmm. John Woo and Jason Statham.
Yeah, I totally do that. That's a match made in heaven.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, those are his picks.
Where was this list published?
It's a blog called The Swede Talks Movies.
Maybe the Swede needs to do some more research before he hits the publish button.
Well, he's had really outside the box choices.
Some of them are good, but
you got to give him credit for that.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Quentin Tarantino and Burt Reynolds.
That's was where you come. Paul Thomas Anderson.
That's a good one.
Paul Thomas Anderson gave Burt Reynolds his comeback, and look what he did with it.
Yeah.
Burt Reynolds seems to have kind of a self-destructive side, as far as his career goes, especially in the last, post-'80s,
The only thing that can save Burt Reynolds is the Smoking the Bandit sequel reboot or whatever. That's it. That's all. I mean, that's it. It's either that or it's the old age home.